Susie, the waiting's over, it's finally here, you're going to start playing some rugby at last, but just explain what it's been like for you coming in, new team, COVID, everything, isn't it? It's been mad.
Well, it's been over a year in the making now, hasn't it? So I accepted the role over a year ago, and then obviously we were playing rugby in a different team. But what has happened over the last year, you couldn't have written it, could you? You couldn't even have imagined it. So lots of challenges. But we've tried to find the opportunities within the challenges, okay? So new players, some of them from around the world, some of them really amazing local talent, and the opportunity to blend them together over the last 8 or 9 weeks, we're in week 9 now of pre-season, has been brilliant. So that's what we've been focusing on. What can we do? Control the controllables, one step at a time, and now we're in... It's almost come quite quickly in the end, This 9 weeks ago, I was just like, oh my God, are we ever going to play rugby? And we're going to play, which is so, so exciting.
As the rugby gods would have it, you're up against your old club first week.
Of course we are. Of course we're going to Gloucester Hartpury first off.
At least you'll know the opposition.
Yeah, well, it's interesting, isn't it? So, it's very much focusing on us. We have to focus on us, There's no point focusing on them because, A, they're a different side now. They're under a new coach. They could be playing completely differently. Yes, we know some of the individuals, which we'll always keep half an eye on because you have to. But it's what we can do. And, what I said already, one step at a time. It's one game at a time, It has to be, a brand new side. And we've put patterns of play in there that hopefully we're going to see on the field on Saturday, but it's not going to be perfect. Of course it's not going to be perfect. It's going to be affected by the weather as well as everything else. But little by little, we hope we're going to be growing, and then we'll see where it takes us.
I was going to say, the makeup of your side has been tough to make, but you now got, I would say, the majority of your squad here at last. There are most of them have come out of quarantine.
Yeah.
There is light at the end of the tunnel. Now you can really work with them.
Yeah, we're still waiting for another couple who are just playing in New Zealand at the moment. But we always knew that was the case. So we knew we were starting without them. But yeah, we've virtually got everybody here, and the girls are looking good. They're good individuals. We know that. But I mean, as I've already touched on, the challenge is how cohesive can we be? How quickly? But at the end of the day, and this is the constant message, we're giving you a structure, a framework, obviously to almost as a start point, but you just to express yourselves, go and be the brilliant rugby players that you are, and that's what that's what playing rugby is all about, isn't it? So.
Susie, I know you've been in with the men's side and watching them train and all what they do. You've sponged so much information.
Yeah.
A lot of what they do successfully, you now want to put into the women's side, don't you?
Yes, we do, and we're taking bits of what they're doing. But tweaking some bits as well because we're females and they're males and we don't play the same game. We're not the same species. So, some of it is incredibly useful, and we will be. You could be seeing bits of it on Saturday. But as I said, it doesn't suit one size doesn't fit all. So and the women's game is not. You won't see as much kicking in the women's game as the men's. That's just how it is. So. You hope that we're going to be able to put a decent product on the field, and that's what we aim to do. But also, what I really want the girls to do is really enjoy themselves, because it's been a long time, hasn't it?
Yeah.
And we've only got 18 games effectively, and then we'll start it all again. So a key message is really enjoy what you're doing.
You're the new kids on the block. There's no pressure in that sense from the outside of what to expect, but I know you and the boss upstairs has been on.
Well,
you want to deliver, don't you? Something?
Yeah, of course we do, and it's personal pride, isn't it? I'm incredibly competitive. I have been criticised for being elitist in the past, but that's why we coach at the top of the game, don't we? Because we are elitist, so we're driving the players to be the very best they can be as individuals, but then we want them to bring it into the team environment and create the best team performance that we can. And we spoke about it just in the press conference then. Culture is massive. What we have done in the last 9 weeks, we hope to see on the field, and that's not just about the rugby, that's about the friendships, that's about fighting for each other, that's about taking each other forward on this journey.
You can't train that, can you? You buy it.
You really can't. And a lot of our recruitment was focused around the good people that we knew from different parts of the world, from different parts of the county. You know, and as I said, what the combinations, if we get it right, I think we could really challenge. But the challenge is to get it right.
The other news this week, obviously a title sponsor in Allianz, great
Yes.
news that is, but also rule changes. That's just added to the headache, I'd imagine, a little bit, is it?
Well, it's just a bit odd, really. I get it, you know, less face-to-face contact by having fewer scrums, by a couple of the law changes, but we're tackling and we're hitting rucks and mauls. So, you know, I don't know. This season is going to be all about who adapts better and who can adapt quickly. So that's always the gauntlet I throw to the girls. Like, listen, there's a law change there. How can we use it to our advantage? And then it's up to us, really, isn't it?
You had a warm-up game at the weekend. Are you ready? Do you feel ready now?
We've got to be ready. Are we ready?
As best you can be.
Yeah, I think that has to be the answer. As best we can be. It's not exactly where I'd like to be, is the honest answer, but we're ready to play.
Final one from me. When we do get crowds back and the Exeter public can come back, how much are you looking forward to welcoming a new audience?
We can't wait. You know, that's why we're playing on a Saturday when the boys are away and then they'll come home. We think that there'll be a similar audience in certain respects, but we're hoping to attract, you know, new players, female players that play on a Sunday that might come and watch us. We'll be going into school, so we want those young girls and boys to come along here on a Saturday and watch us play. And then we start to generate our own audience. And I think it's going to be incredibly exciting when people are allowed to come back to Sandy Park.
And as you've seen in the past, Susie, the England games here prove that there is a collective need or desire down here for people to come and watch women's rugby, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, two 10,000 plus
Yeah,
crowds.
yeah. And the genuine, the talk around here, the buzz just about us being here is incredible, honestly. It's all about rugby around here, isn't it? And it's all about Chiefs. So, you know, we just need to make it real now.